Welcome back. We are on the roads overhead. That is the split. We're headed south. As you can tell, this is still after the storms. We had some nice snow come down, a couple inches, maybe 3. Some of it's melted. But if you haven't been able to get out to your houses, sheds, abodes out the south of the road, this might give you some information. You really can't tell what's in the road from the overhead videos. Now, coming up, there is some stuff in the road, but it's hard to tell because all the shadows. In the center of the screen, there is a tree across down there. It's behind this other tree that's standing up, but it's hard to tell what it is down there. And I think there's some more brush down in the center of the screen. Now at the end, I do a crop of this whole thing to show you basically a closer version of this. But it's kind of interesting to see where things go. Here comes one of the sheds coming up. There's a road down behind it. Here's the shed. From this vantage point, it doesn't look like there's any trees or anything down on top of it, so it is good to go. Now the road keeps going on. Here comes a log house coming up. But off to the right, you can see another trail or road. It's probably a log skidding road, but you would never know it was down there unless you were overhead. There is some stuff down along that road before you get to that log home. Doesn't look like there's any damage to the log home there. And the road keeps going on. Up in the right-hand corner, that is a different development. That is not one of our buildings. Look, there's another skidder row down on the right side. Here comes up the next log home. And somewhere in here, I get a signal that says I have a weak signal on the drone. So I go a little further, see if I can get a good view of this log home. I don't see anything that's on top of this home. So it looks like it's good to go too. Out in the distance, there is another shed and a building. From this distance, it's hard to tell what's going on, and the drone can't go any further because we're at the edge of its limits. But you can tell the mountain is up there quite a ways yet. and then we'll go back. So you can see the other side of this log home here, down on the bottom. And then this shed coming back up on, down the lower left. But I'd say we only got like 3 or 4 inches of snow in total. Not a lot. And then I'm heading back. Okay. This is the zoomed in version, which basically crops the previous one. Same footage, just cropped down some. You can see some tire tracks in the actual snow down there. And now you might be able to see where that tree went down there in the center. There it's towards the bottom of the screen. And it looks like something else is down right there. Towards the bottom of the screen again. If you saw the previous aftermath, you could tell that the drone does not show what's actually going down on ground level. Because I'll show some pictures of it where I was down at the ground, and you can see all the trees down, and then you look at the overhead, it's like, that doesn't look too bad. And then you look at the actual footage on the ground, it's like, oh, it's worse than you think. I don't see a lot of trees down through here, though some of it could be hiding in the shadows. Okay, we're coming up on that first log house again. Still doesn't look like anything's on it. Second one's got to be coming up here. Now I'm headed south, like I said before, so figure out the direction you normally head, and you can tell which house is which house is which. There's those buildings sort of in the left part of the screen. From this distance, it's hard to tell what's going on with those, but that's as far as the drone's going to go. Turn it back around. There's a lot of mountain to cover. There's that log house down in the left. Heading north at the moment, roughly. And there's that shed again on the left side. So this is basically it. There's mountain, lots of mountain, and that's all I got at the moment. I might be going down to the south gate tomorrow. That's Friday before the New Year's, so we'll check that out, get the camera stuff off of that one, and we'll see you next time.